Hey guys, welcome to an auto review right here on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Devall, and my buddy, Dave Draper. Look at that.
Oh,
I made you a nameplate.
Yeah, only what, 2 years after the puppet got one.
What the cat said.
Yeah, exactly.
Gang, we're back with an auto review for you. As you can see, we're not in our normal location. We're kind of switching things up a little bit.
Apparently we're in the Cavern of Darkness.
Mostly because I've torn the basement apart.
No parents.
Oh, darkness.
Darkness, no parents.
Yes. Mostly because I've torn the basement apart, putting in new shelves, moving around displays and figures and stuff. So the backdrop, which you can see, it hasn't been ironed. So yay production values! Woo. But it's kind of it was
stopgap.
Kind of a stopgap for now. So eventually this will be our actual physical place of recording. The reason the backdrop's up is because all my my animation cells that are behind us are still up, and the lights would reflect light back in the glass, and that's just a big mess. We don't need any of that. So, but we are back together to do a little new review, a review of something that, of course, if you clicked on, you already know what we're talking about. But
yes, they would actually have noticed that from the title. Something
that's had a great deal of talk about it, both mostly bad, some good. Which, of course, we're talking about the reboot of Ghostbusters, directed by Paul Feig, and starring a cast of women Ghostbusters. That is in a separate universe that has nothing to do with the original Ghostbusters film from '84.
Something the trailers do not make clear at all.
No, not at all. The trailers do not make that clear at all.
In fact, they're almost deceptive, making it sound like it's a sequel.
Yeah, they're like, hey, remember all this stuff? You're going to see a little bit of it, but it's not the same thing. Come on back and watch. Of course, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this film since it was first talked about, since they first decided they were going to do it. We didn't get to see the first trailer until earlier this year. The film opens up in August, so you can kind of connect the dots there and see.
That's not that bad. Well, I mean, there are some others that have waited a little long for trailers.
True. But with that, Mattel has decided to do a line of merchandising for it, of course. Since
they're doing kind of a full court press. They've got a lot of merch. They've got the role play proton pack and a lot of little plastic cars for the Ecto One. There's a whole special line of Hot Wheels Ecto Ones. Yeah. From both the classic movies and the originals. Yeah. And the new ones.
Yeah. So Mattel, of course, is releasing two different lines of figures. One being the original Ghostbusters, the four that we know and love from the 80s. Yeah. That include a Build-A-Figure of the no-ghost symbol, which is something Mattel didn't do when these were out in the direct market.
Yeah, it's basically the same toys that they released via Matty Collector, but with a new Build-A thing.
But today we're taking a look at the four figures based off the new Ghostbusters film by Paul Feig, and those being the female Ghostbusters. We are looking at all four of the Busters themselves.
No small feat.
Yes, no small feat indeed.
Since Mattel, in their finite wisdom, have decided to do a Build-A-Figure wave with two short packs.
Yes.
Let me see who's... Patty.
Yes.
And where is...
Jillian's
the one that gets picked off.
Holtzman is the one that people go after.
Yes, which is racist if you ask me.
True.
Should pick off both short packs.
But Mattel has brought out, like Dave said, a Build-A-Figure wave of figures based on the four actresses in the film, and those, of course, being the characters of Abby Yates, Aaron Gilbert, Jillian Holtzman, and Patty Tolan, with the Build-A-Figure of Rowan, who is the main bad guy, who is the main villain of the new Ghostbusters film, which was actually brought to light by our buddy Pixel Dan at Toy Fair this past year. So he was Mattel kind of let it slip, and they weren't supposed to, and that made a lot of news. So... it's interesting, like Dave said, no small feat when you've got two short pack figures in a case.
Expect to see these two everywhere.
Scalpers are also
already this is the second case that Toys R Us got in. The first case, and keep in mind that I'm Dave. I'm there when the doors open. Like, literally, someone at Toys R Us has Jillian stashed somewhere.
Yes.
So when the second case got in, I was like, ooh.
Yes.
Yoink, and then yoink.
So, but what do you say we, the packaging for these figures is, what are you doing there? All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So Abby, Aaron, Jillian, Patty.
Yes.
The packaging for these is kind of cool. I mean, it's window boxed. We're used to this type of box with the WWE Elite series.
I was going to say with Multiverse from DC is basically the same packaging.
So you get the figure, you get the Build-A-Figure in there, the green slime and everything. Excuse me, I got dust in my mouth. Yeah. The green slime and everything, the Ghostbusters symbol, the logo, all that stuff is very prominent. As well as the orange stripe on the bottom, which is the kind of
their signature thing.
Yeah, their signature thing on their outfits. They have orange stripes. The back of it, of course, shows all 4 figures as well as the completed Build-A-Figure of Rowan. So with that out of the way, what do you say? Dave and I are going to bust these open, and we're going to take a look at these 4 individual figures.
Bust! As in Ghostbusters! In busting makes you feel good!
No, the baby, hello! Oh, he's sleeping.
But I would.
Oh, but I would. What do you say we take a look at these up close and personal, and we'll give you our thoughts on the figures for the new Ghostbusters film. All right, our Ghostbuster gals out of the boxes. Right off the bat, here we'll move Rowan's pieces here. The girls are so good they busted Rowan already in one.
Yeah.
Right out of the box, these are pretty much familiar to anyone that's been buying Mattel products. They have the same type of.
They will go with the Ghostbusters that Mattel has already produced.
Same type of articulation, like the we've got
is still producing.
Yeah, so we're still producing. We've got we've got shoulders. We've got the ball jointed elbows. We've got wrists that are that just move left and right there. Of course, the heads move left and right. Swivel at the waist. We've got the weird Mattel, I don't know, these weird hips they've been using a lot lately on figures. These weird, T.
All right, well, she's actually articulated. She's got like an old Fisher-Price Adventure People ball joint at the base of the neck.
Yeah, the rest of these kind of do not.
No, Patty does.
Patty does.
Just don't know what you're talking about.
But the knees here are jointed. You can move them up and down. The feet
Julian does.
On a joint. The backpacks here, as you can tell, they're very very little paint.
Yeah, they
details
broke the bank on the paint apps on that.
Yeah, so very very few paint details on the backpacks themselves. The guns, the neutrino blasters, proton wands. God, I can't talk tonight either.
It's not your favorite film. So.
Oh yeah, no. They're not bad, but again, they're just molded plastic.
Well, okay, but let's keep in mind that these are supposed to be. And they're not gonna be, but they're supposed to be like a mass-release toy, as part of they're not Matty collector product. You know what I mean?
All of their names are stenciled there on their jumpsuits, and again, the hazard strips for the jumpsuits are very much prominent on these figures. Abby's not bad. I mean, I've seen a lot of people have Abby's eyes here. Are a little funky on Dave's, not too terrible, but they're not. They're also not the greatest. But I've seen some really bad ones. The guns also can. There's a slot on the back of the backpacks here, and the guns have a little hole that the wands here can snap into the backpack there, so you can display them with the wands there as well. I like the look of the new proton packs. I think those are kind of neat looking. I know that was a big source of controversy too, that they changed the look of them, but I kind of actually like the look of them. They're not terrible. They're not great, but they're not terrible. Like I said, Abby's not bad overall. What we got here? We got Aaron Gilbert, who's played by Melissa McCarthy, I believe. The problem is, Aaron is the one I just had. I apologize, people.
And for the record, Aaron does have the same kind of neck articulation as everybody else. It's just hers is a little tighter because of the way it goes into the bottom.
Abby, who's played by Melissa McCarthy in the film, which is one of the actresses that is garnered the most hate because just a lot of people don't like Melissa McCarthy. They think she's a one-trick pony. But she's not terrible looking. The glasses on her, okay. The hair and the ponytail back here. Again, like Dave said, the head's a little more loose on her. She's more articulated at the neck, whereas Aaron's more articulated.
It's a little tight.
Yeah, it's a little tight. So, not a bad figure. We get Patty Tolan, who of course is the token African American in this film, because every Ghostbusters needs a token.
But she knows New York.
She does know New York. Again, a decent figure. The wand's a little.
I actually think the face sculpt's pretty good on her.
Yeah, the face sculpt's not bad on her. And you can see Mattel uses their different body types here to a T.
I did notice that.
Something they've kind of introduced. They introduced in the WWE line, where the body types you have kind of, whereas...
yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that, because I kind of got the impression that Patty was kind of short.
Yeah, Aaron's
she's like a giant.
Aaron's slim. Holtzman is a little bigger. We've got Patty, who's got she is the larger of the actresses. Like she's a tall woman.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that.
She's a big woman.
I haven't seen the film yet. That's why I like reviewing these figures, because we haven't seen the film yet, so we can make up anything we want. These are the villains of Ghostbusters. These are the ghosts.
You also don't watch SNL.
No, I don't.
And she is a mainstay on SNL.
Okay.
So
you're missing my whole thing.
I know I am.
You just want to make a point.
I am making a point.
Okay, I did not know that she was a very tall woman.
Yes, but you can see the different heights on there. And then Holtzman here, who of course is the one everyone goes after, because Kate McKinnon's portrayal of Holtzman may be the one that maybe one of the saving graces.
She stood out in the trailer.
Yeah, she does stand out in the trailer very much, because Kate McKinnon is a very talented comedic actress.
Is that another Saturday Night Live thing that I would know if I watched Saturday Night Live?
She is another SNL member, yes.
All right.
But very, very cool looking figure overall. I mean, the glasses, she's got these cool little yellow tinted glasses. She's got the blonde hair. She's kind of she is the Egon of the group.
She's a sexy Egon.
She is a sexy Egon and a goofy, funky
Although I was a little annoyed that they didn't give her the little ghost, the guns, the little pistols.
The little pistols,
for her to lick.
So,
which is my favorite part of the trailer.
Overall, they're not the greatest figures, but they're not also the worst that Mattel's ever
Again,
offered.
they're mass. I think you have to judge them by a different standard.
Yes.
And by the mass-produced standard, they're okay. They're not really worth $20, but
sorry.
But they're you can't judge them by like Matty Collector kind of standards. I don't think that's fair.
No, I agree. But pretty cool, and of course. The girls all come with a piece of our Rowan Build-A-Figure, and
again, Jillian comes with the body.
Yeah, Holtzman comes with the body.
So you're basically hosed that she's the one that everybody picks off.
And so far, so good. The pieces seem to snap in much better than most.
Mattel's always had a good. You're thinking of Hasbro.
I'm thinking of Hasbro's. Yeah,
Hasbro's had a lot of issues. I've never had real problems with Mattel, except for the very first one they did for DC, Elemental Man. Metamorpho,
yeah. Yeah, he was not great. Mine had problems too.
Yeah.
Unfortunate thing with Rowan is once you get him together, the legs are not posable. Like, you cannot move them up and down. All that move on him is his feet. So like those don't swivel or anything. The arms here move up and down. Of course, the hands can adjust, and the head, of course, can look left and right. But once it's all together, man, you're... trying to get this guy posed is going to be a challenge because, that's...
Well, I think he's supposed to be posed like he's walking.
Yeah, like he's walking. I had him just walking a second ago.
Well, I know, but I didn't like it.
Oh, no, blank space! Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Since he is, technically the villain of this film is the no-ghost ghost, and I have a decent idea on how it happens, through a number of internet sources, but I won't go because right now it's speculation because, again, the film's not out. But Rowan is I believe it is the character that is played by Game of Thrones, plays Tyrion.
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, I believe Peter Dinklage is the villain in this film.
I didn't know he was in this film.
Yes, he is in this film.
Man, he's in everything.
Yes. But not a great Build-A-Figure, honestly. It's more of just kind
adequate.
It's adequate for what it is. It's a shame the legs aren't more posable.
Well, there's another Rowan figure that they're releasing. Keep in mind, what are they? Deluxes? There's the Marshmallow Man. There's him, and then there's some other monster.
No, I don't know if they're actual posable figures. They have a little.
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
They have a little light up LED, like you press Rowan's tongue.
You can have LEDs and posable figures.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 2016.
The only glaring problem...
I'm not saying that they are posable. I'm just saying it's not incompatible.
The only complete glaring problem I've seen on these figures is with Holtzman and the fact that her feet are way smaller in proportion to her boots. Yeah. Like, the boots are the same boots they use on Aaron here. Well, they're kind of the same mold. Maybe not Aaron, but maybe more of
just
Abby.
swinging.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with names, But that boot mold is the same, but the feet are smaller since she's a smaller character.
Yeah.
And they're misproportioned to that joint.
It's very noticeable.
Yeah, it is very noticeable. But fortunately for Dave, these will be figures that he's just going to pose and.
Yeah, they'll be put next to the original Ghostbusters and then collect dust.
Yes. Collect lots and lots of dust.
Probably.
There you go, guys. There's a look at Mattel's new Ghostbusters figure based on this summer's Ghostbusters film. I did notice I don't use the term hit because, well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yet. Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly. I don't know. Like we said, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this film. There's a lot of people that just utterly hate this movie. Even before they've seen a bit of footage, they just immediately hated this film because of the fact that they rebooted it, because of the fact of a lot of things. Of course, you hear a lot of things on the internet a lot of times that, oh my God, they're ruining my childhood and all this other stuff. If you don't enjoy these figures or don't enjoy the new movie, that's great. Watch the original because it still exists. It's a thing. You can go out and buy it and purchase it. No one's childhood is ruined here. This is just Hollywood trying to continue their goal of releasing product that is familiar with audiences no matter what it is. And that's unfortunate, but this is what happens. And overall, the figures, they're a decent group of figures. They're okay. Not the greatest thing that Dave and I have ever looked at, but also, again, like I said, not the most worst.
And to reiterate for the third time, it's more of a mass-produced thing than a collector. I mean, obviously it's intended for collectors, and collectors will pick them up.
Right.
But I do think you have to draw the line between things that are designed as high-end collectibles and mass-produced at Toys R Us, at Target kind of product.
I agree. Well, there you go, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this review. Make sure you check us out. Go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder. Hit subscribe. Mash the like button. Muscle. That's my puppet. That's my puppet impression.
Nice.
Mash the like button. Check out everything we have there to offer and so much more. And gang, until next time.
Keep playing with your toys.
Yeah, David forgot what he was going to say. Take care, guys.
I was going to do a Ghostbusters thing, and I just drew a complete blank.
Unreal. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.
The flowers are still standing.
No, they're not. They're done.